it comes out, I see it in the news like everyone else. But I did feel comfortable with the way we present the idea of going.
Everybody that's in his circle, they're all means they want.
The Fresh Prince made it clear where he stood with Combs, formerly known as Puff Daddy or Puffy, early in his career, stating he wasn't down with the wild parties or the baby oil scenes.
I don't have to do with Puffy, so y'all can stop.
Fresh off the wave of global superstardom, Justin Bieber now finds himself entangled in a tangled web spun by some of the music industry's most powerful figures. Will Smith, Diddy, Clive Davis, and Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, who claims to have video evidence in hand. But what really happened behind closed doors? And why is 50 so determined to bring it all to light now? Stick around, because what you think you know is just the surface. In the next few minutes, we'll peel back hidden layers, vanish late-night texts from Bieber's phone, off-camera whispers from exclusive love parties, and a single clip that insiders say could shake the foundation of the entertainment world. Did Will Smith witness something he couldn't ignore? Was Clive Davis orchestrating moves behind the scenes? And what's truly at stake for Diddy if these videos are released to the public? Buckle up, we're heading deep into the shadows of fame, and every revelation may leave you questioning everything you thought was real.
You trusting Bieber?
Yeah.
Yo, what's up? Like, I'm calling you and answering.
Yeah, that was low.
That was weird. That was weird.
They did not run through Bieber at that
Still
point.
was pressing him like, why you not answering your phone? Like, yo.
Yeah.
Like, I don't got a video of me fingering you.
He wasn't answering for a reason.
He was like, I don't ever want to because you did things to me. I want to mean something, and what will make them mean something in the environment is if they can connect to the violence. They all wanted to make it, so they're going to make their value in that. And even when the artist becomes successful coming out of that environment, you're going to have people around him that he feels secure about being around, because he know that when they travel in these different neighborhoods that it may be something there, but he knows that this person right here will do it regardless of what. So they bring that person. And without acknowledging it, that person needs them to have altercations, for them to need them to be around. That is what is going to potentially bring you down. So when I say that to them, they go, so he's saying it's going to be me that brings me down. Yeah, if you don't adjust and really make the right decisions as you move forward, you are.
Justin might have not been some rebellious pop star going through a, so-called bad boy phase. He was a kid who had been surrounded by powerful figures in the industry, some of whom clearly didn't have his best interests at heart. And that, of course, brings us to Diddy. From the very beginning, Diddy took a special interest in Justin. The extravagant gifts, the 48-hour mentorship, it all seemed like an industry cosign at the time. But looking back, was it really just that, or was there something deeper going on behind the scenes? So then years later, we see Bieber break down in an interview, talking about wanting to protect another young artist, Billie Eilish, from the same things he went through. And now, in the wake of Diddy's arrest, he's reportedly distancing himself completely, staying silent, and doing everything he can to separate himself from that.
Bieber's struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did, no matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what the business.
Bieber is reportedly having a hard time processing his history with the fallen music mogul. Quote, his happiness being a dad has outweighed his anxiety about Diddy. Much remains unclear about Bieber's time with Diddy, and many of these questions may ultimately go unanswered. Online sleuths will surely continue to read between the lines, but for now, speculation is all we have to go on.
To a lot of us, he's like a little brother.
It seems two things are for certain, however. Diddy was once somebody that Bieber looked up to. Now, not so much. What once seemed like a 15-year-old's dream has become a nightmare for everyone involved.
From the jump, 50 Cent has been relentless with his trolling, and the drama hit a new high after Will Smith's concert in San Diego on December 12th. Mid-performance, Smith hit pause, not for a costume change, but to clear the air, addressing the swirling rumors tying him to Diddy, who's facing serious charges of sex trafficking, racketeering, and more since his September arrest. Will made one thing crystal clear: he's not involved, and never was. In a not-so-subtle jab at the infamous baby oil reportedly found during the March raids on Diddy's properties, Smith quipped, "I don't even like baby oil," drawing laughs and gasps from the sold-out crowd at Observatory North Park. It was the first time the Oscar-winning actor publicly addressed the wave of memes and online speculation linking him to the embattled music mogul. The world we're living in right now makes it hard to tell what's real and what's true, he told the audience. I've seen the memes, some of them are funny, but let me set the record straight. Will made it known that while he crossed paths with Combs, formerly known as Puff Daddy or Puffy, early in his career, he was never about the freak-offs or the wild party lifestyle. I'm not jiggy with that, he said, borrowing from his iconic line and shutting down the noise with humor and honesty.
Smith claps back at memes of him and Sean Diddy Combs and speaks out for the first time about his history with the music mogul. The Oscar winner took the stage at the Observatory North Park in San Diego December 12th, and during a break in the show, the rapper called out memes he'd seen online trolling his past association with Combs, who is currently in jail awaiting trial on sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution charges. Videos of the moment have been posted online showing Will telling the sold-out crowd, "The world we're in right now, it's really hard for y'all to discern what's real and what's true. I've been seeing y'all memes and stuff. Some of it's funny." But the Fresh Prince sets the record straight on where he really stands with Combs, formerly known as Puff Daddy or Puffy early in his career, saying he's not jiggy with the freak-offs or baby oil.
Raided his house, found all manner of stuff. They found 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Let's be clear here. Diddy is a monster. Diddy is the devil, right? The 1,000 bottles alone was enough for me to lock him up forever. Are you drinking it? 1,000!
And how does 50 respond? Exactly how you'd expect, like only 50 Cent can. He reposted the Will Smith clip, laughed right along with the memes, even the ones he didn't make, and flipped the whole moment into promo gold for his new Roku channel, 50 Cent Action. But why shine the spotlight now? Because this feud runs deep. For nearly 2 decades, 50 and Diddy have gone back and forth, diss tracks, social media jabs, public callouts. It's been nonstop. And now, with a tidal wave of civil lawsuits crashing down on Combs, accusing him of everything from assault to sex trafficking, 50 isn't backing off. He's doubling down. This isn't just trolling anymore. It's personal and it's strategic.
But the world we're in right now, it's really hard for y'all to discern what's real and what's true.
Yeah, well, it's hard to tell.
And I've been seeing y'all memes and stuff. People be making memes.
That wasn't me, man.
I see the memes.
I'll put that up there, but that wasn't me.
No, some of that stuff is funny. Some of it's funny.
You like that? That shit was funny, right?
But I haven't addressed any of this publicly, but I just want to say this very clearly. I don't have to do with Puffy, so y'all can stop.
To do with Puffy. What channel on Roku right now? We out there. What made you think of this shit? No, I was trying to get ready so I don't have to answer to nobody. The new lawsuit coming with Jay. The part with Jay. I go, oh shoot, like.
To us, black excellence, right?
That had to be there.
We getting tighter, you know what I'm saying? And united we stand, and ain't nothing else.
Black excellence, they're sitting there like, yeah. It's the billionaire brunch. Like,
I hate you, man.
Unaware of anything going on here. This is the one time I'm going to be with you this year. Yeah. Come on, bro.
Hey, this is the funniest thing online right now. 50 Cent every day wake up and take shots at Diddy on Instagram. We all see that, right? Everybody know that 50 Cent loved to poke fun at Diddy being, who Diddy is, allegedly. But this is funny. 50 reposted this on his Instagram. I guess nowadays, instead of kids saying no H-O-M-O, you know how we used to say when we was kids and now it's pause. I think the new thing that kids are saying, that's what the internet is saying. The new thing kids are saying is no Diddy instead of all that stuff. And 50 posted this. Check this out. This is what people saying on Twitter. It says, I put all my guys in positions, no Diddy. So apparently, instead of saying no H-O-M-O, kids are now saying no Diddy. So 50 reposted this on his Instagram and he captioned it this. This is what he said. He said, oh, I F with son. That's my man. No Diddy.
The one with Diddy and Jay-Z walking around with the...
Oh, that I think that's an apps. Looks like a little app.
That was AI?
That was AI.
Yeah, you know, I look at it, it comes across my feed and I'm laughing at it. And then I go, oh no. People will fall out if I post that. I'm going to post that.
Let's rewind. Justin Bieber's rise was the stuff of modern legend. Discovered on YouTube, mentored by Usher and Scooter Braun, and catapulted into teen idol status almost overnight. But somewhere along that meteoric climb, he crossed paths with Sean Diddy Combs. At first, it seemed like admiration. Diddy showered Bieber with praise. But according to some, there may have been something far more unsettling beneath the surface. Enter 50 Cent. In a bombshell claim, 50 alleges that Diddy pimped out a young Bieber, introducing him to high-powered industry players who, as he puts it, could make or break a career. And he isn't just talking. Minus 50 strongly hints that he has the receipts. As in actual video. Yeah, this just got even darker.
We finally got in contact. This guy contacted us named Scooter, who's my manager now, and basically stalked us a little bit, kind of got in contact with us, and finally my mom was calling him back to, say, listen, stop calling me. And he was like, I really see a lot in your son. Like, I can help you guys. And my mom was really skeptical at first, but they ended up talking for a couple hours, and he knew some lawyers that we could talk to and stuff. So we ended up flying to Atlanta free of charge, just for him to, check us out and get to know us. And
this is Scooter.
Yes, yeah. This is Scooter. And we ended up signing a deal with Usher a couple.
Well, everything for my good friend and brother from another mother, Scooter, Samuel Braun, and just really the philanthropic work that we do as entertainers gives credence and it actually is evidence that we do give back. A lot of what we do is about fulfilling dreams. Well, that reality goes far and beyond just music. There's tons of people who need access to proper education, and I think that being an advocate for change and proper education, Scooter's definitely done it. And if not only being able to facilitate opportunities along with his brother and introduce Justin Bieber into the really important value.
Victim comes out against Usher, it'll show how egregious this shit is, because if he can be a predator, then anybody can be a predator.
Can't smile in your face the whole time.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, people look at Usher, they don't see that. They not seeing the victim. They not seeing that boy that got rushed to the hospital. They not seeing what the intentions was in his heart when he took Justin Bieber there.
Oh.
Let's be honest. He took Justin Bieber there. Diddy had been trying to get to Bieber for a minute. And his management was backing him off. But it wasn't until Usher took over management and had guardianship and gave temporary guardianship to the diddler for 48 hours. Think about that.
It's gonna just
Justin Bieber wants to talk. He signed that where a lot of millions he would have to pay if he goes ahead and talks.
Now there was
shout out to Justin. Justin, holler at me. I'll get you all the information. We ain't got to tell the press. Just get at me, Justin. I want to cry for you and with you, Justin. You did not deserve it. And Usher, you about to get your ass kicked because you took him over there and you knew what Diddy was.
I mentioned that earlier. That he said about Stevie J. The Usher part, that's a touchy situation, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a certain feeling and I felt a certain way when Usher got on Shay Shay, and I don't mean to mention other people's platforms, but he got on Shay Shay and he mentioned how great and how good Puff taught him and everything. You know what I'm saying? About the business. Right? I know, and people know, that was around that in that time that Puff and Usher did have a situation. And that situation led Usher to the...
Now, that sounds wild, almost too wild. But it strikes a chord with a long-standing fear in the industry. That young, ambitious, talent-chasing fame can be turned into pawns in a game rigged by those with wealth, power, and zero accountability. 50 Cent knows controversy. He's lived in it, but this time he's drawing a clear line. He's gone public about being celibate this year, insists he never took part in Diddy's infamous freak-off parties, and describes his own lifestyle as basic compared to the sex-fueled, high-octane chaos allegedly unfolding behind Combs' closed doors. In 50's world, the drama isn't just spectacle, it's a warning.
Coming up, which is a documentary about P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right? I know you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now. And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out like crazy. I mean,
but I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated to a degree.
Was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day? Obviously, I know what's going on there, but is there a reason you never did?
I'm just not with all that freaky shit. All of the stuff that he's doing, I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic or normal.
Netflix docuseries that you've been working on, Diddy Do It.
Right.
You've been saying for years that you feel you knew Diddy's character.
Right.
Yet you said you weren't a part of that lifestyle. You weren't going to the parties. So what makes you so absolutely sure that these kinds of allegations that we've seen against him are true?
Well, I'm surprised by the allegations, as surprised as everyone else is. I didn't make the allegations. I didn't tell people to say these things. It comes out, I see it in the news like everyone else. But I did feel uncomfortable with the way he would present the idea of going to these projects.
To come party with me.
Yeah. And then that swayed me away from it. Just that alone.
So you didn't realize
as much stuff was coming. Like when I seen today, it was allegations of 3 men that said he drugged them and it's a long time, to be honest with you. Like when people don't remember being violated for 20 years.
You're not worried that it comes back your way? Like people dig up your past and try to pull stuff up?
I don't got that shit in my past. I took a pill, but it was for me to perform better. For her to remember, buddy. I didn't give her a drink so she forget what the happened. What the is going on here, bro? Yes, I took the I gave me the drug to perform. So she can remember and possibly love me for that.
Did it work?
What the yo, bro, look, I'm doing pretty good.
Here's where it gets sticky. Over the past few months, Diddy has been hit with a relentless wave of allegations, more than half a dozen civil lawsuits filed in a single week, with more surfacing from anonymous accusers whose claims stretch all the way back to the 90s. Then came the bombshell Cassie settlement. She accused him of rape and abuse. He denied the allegations, and the case was quietly settled out of court. Yet, through all this chaos, the industry has stayed eerily silent. And according to 50 Cent, that silence isn't accidental, it's strategic. He suggests many of those keeping quiet may have something to lose, because they're allegedly on tape. Footage seized during the federal raids is rumored to show more than just Diddy. Sources claim it includes other high-profile figures, celebrities who would rather stay quiet than risk the fallout of public exposure. And if that's true, the storm has only just begun.
Breaking news to bring you at this time. Sean Diddy Combs facing 2 additional criminal charges in the sprawling sex trafficking case against him. The new accusations are part of a superseding indictment filed today. Federal prosecutors charge Combs with a new count of sex trafficking and an additional count of transportation to engage in prostitution. That brings the total number of federal charges against Combs to 5. He has pleaded not guilty. His trial in Manhattan federal court is set to start on May 5th.
As Sean Diddy Combs awaits his racketeering and sex trafficking trial in a Brooklyn jail, federal prosecutors now adding 2 more charges to his indictment on Friday. The charges allege the hip-hop mogul forced a woman to engage in sex acts for money as recently as last year, and that Combs helped transport her and others to engage in prostitution. Now, prosecutors say they expect 4 accusers to testify against him at the trial, now set for May. Combs has pled not guilty and denies all charges.
50 Cent just recently did an interview. And during this interview, he says that the reason why people are quiet about Diddy is because they've been to his parties and they don't know what's on tape.
Facts. Feds say they got a video
of a male sex worker being sexually assaulted by him, and they trying to identify him from the footage. Think about that.
Are you saying of Diddy?
Yeah.
At the parties, because I know people want to bring up the parties all the time. I'm the one that told you I was there. You didn't find out from any other source. I ain't never been to a freak off. I've never been to any party in Hollywood ever where there was something sexual happening, ever. So you got to understand what you won't understand, because you're a Christian. Why would you even go to that function? What you don't understand is that it's similar to being invited to a barbecue. A bunch of people going out there in the backyard, having some drinks, talking, engaging, politicking, networking. That's all it was. That's literally what it was. It was nothing chaotic and crazy. I mean, there were so many people there. It's like if I said, hey, man, I'm having a little kickback at my house. Everybody in Atlanta's invited. And you walk into my house and you see Philip Anthony Mitchell over there and you see T.I. That could be a realistic situation. Would you then condemn Philip Anthony Mitchell for being in the same party with T.I.?
I believe we're just weeks away from Diddy going on trial, and the stakes are high. Not only has Diddy been in jail since his September arrest, but it's officially confirmed his ex-girlfriend Cassie is expected to take the stand to testify against him. She won't be testifying under the moniker Jane Doe. Instead, she's planning on using her own name. However, federal prosecutors say Diddy's other alleged victims won't be doing the same. I'm Elizabeth Milner with Law and Crime. Our analysts have suspected for a while that Cassie Ventura is indeed victim number one. Now, the allegations laid out in Diddy's federal indictment match almost to a T her federal lawsuit against her ex, which was settled a day after filing. But since then, Diddy has faced 2 more superseding indictments, and now more victims have been added. But federal prosecutors say testifying under their real names would cause them significant embarrassment, anxiety, and social